Hello, guys. Hi. 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 Oh, hey, guys. Who dat? Who dat? Beautiful boy. Hi. Hello, Mr. Kino. The two breeds of alpaca are Huacaya and Suri. And Huacaya is the most common. It makes up about 80% of all alpacas in North America. And they are like the ones that look like Kino here. And then the other 20% would make up Suri, which is what Thor is here. So if you are into rare things and you're considering getting alpacas, you might want to look into the Suri alpaca because they're actually one of the most rare breeds in the entire world. So let's get down to the details. This is Spider, and he's a Suri. The Suri fiber grows hanging from the body, and you can especially tell there on his tail. But with the Suris, their fiber has a more silky texture to it, and it can grow very long. And as he's walking away there, you can see more of the shape of his body. Since their fiber hangs from their body, you get a more true sense of the shape of what the body is underneath. Whereas with the Huacaya, their fiber grows out from their body and it gives them more of a teddy bear appearance. And this fiber also has crimp to it. But as we look at his profile, you could see he's more fluffy. Now the Huacayas especially are deceitful in the sense of at this time of year when they're in their full fleece, you know, we're only, I don't know, 6-7 weeks away from shearing. So the shape of their body is disguised under all that fiber. Imagine with a teddy bear how fluffy a teddy bear is, and if you were to shear that teddy bear down, how small he would be. So you're going to find out when we shear how small alpacas really are. And I think the most shocking thing is how skinny their necks are. I mean, this is Mocha Joe here, and his neck looks pretty thick, but there's probably 2 to 3 inches of fiber growing out all around his neck. So imagine 2 inches at least reduction all around the neck and how small that would be. Now we're in the studio and I want to give you a closer look at the actual fiber of each breed. So first I have Suri. Try and get, this is going to be from Thor. Let me pull out a staple length here. Now this looks a lot more like, say, my hair. You know, it has a sheen to it. In the industry we call that luster. It's very long. Suris will grow long. I should have measured this. This is probably about 4 inches here. Wow, it could be longer than 4 inches. And if I pull it apart, can you see well there? Now I have some Huacaya fiber, and this is from Riley. This is actually his Crea coat, his very first shearing, so it's very, well, soft, yeah, but it's very fine. See how it's more webby-like? Let me pull out a full staple length of this. You can see his is very long. Here we go. There we go. See how it's a lot more wool-like than the Suri? Let me find some crimpy parts for you. Crimp varies quite a bit in alpacas. Well, there's some crimp for you. And I just looked at his fleece the other day when we did shots, and oh, it's looking so good. He has a lot of crimp, a lot of awesome fineness in there. All right, so here they are side by side, the Huacaya and the Suri. Very, very different fiber. And yeah, some of the qualities are the same in terms of hypoallergenic and all those types of things. But when it comes to their uses, naturally they're going to be different things too. The Suri, since it's longer, lends itself to more of a worsted spun. Huacaya more of a woolen spun. Of course, you can play around with those. And since this is most of what alpacas are, the Huacaya, the yarn that you buy in the store is probably going to be Huacaya. If it is Suri, the label will actually say Suri alpaca to let you know that it's not this type of alpaca. Both can be blended with other fibers very nicely. Of course, you have to take into account staple length and micron and all that like you would for anything else, but they both blend very nicely, and of course they're going to give you different results. He's suspicious what I'm doing. You can also tell, especially on their head and their tail, when they get sheared, they all look the same, except for their heads and their tails. That's where you can tell the breeds.